My armies killed more men than Stalin and Hitler combined, and 16 million people in the world today are direct descendants of mine. I am Genghis Khan, born as Temüjin from the Borjigin clan. I originated from one of the most influential families of the Mongolian steppes and became one of the deadliest conquerors of all time. I was born in 1162 and inherited the position of family chieftain at the tender age of 9 after my father's death. By just 20, I ascended the ranks of power and united the Mongolian tribes under my rule. Now I commanded an army, owned vast lands, and was a feared ruler of the Mongol Empire. Despite my numerous conquests and control over extensive territories, my thirst for power and dominance was still unquenched. I began to kill, not just on battlefields, but also behind the walls of my yurts and fortresses. Not for the sake of war, but out of sheer lust for power. I had enemy leaders and soldiers captured, brought them into my camps, and killed them brutally. When I ran out of enemies, I turned to innocent civilians. I had them executed in brutal ways and delighted in the sight of life ebbing away. Sometimes I sat on the bodies of my enemies, fascinated by the twitching of life and death. And when they were dead, I didn't honor them, but instead desecrated their corpses for hideous demonstrations of my power. I had their heads cut off and hung on poles, showing off the most gruesome specimens. Sometimes I had their faces painted and organized macabre competitions. Thanks to my position of power, I was able to indulge my murderous lust for decades, defeating and subjugating my enemies. Millions were the lives I took, but in 1227, I drew my last breath. I died at the peak of my power, believing that I had fulfilled my destiny and would enter immortality.